Hey folks, Silveus here. I am on Leaf. I don't even have any idea what episode this is because I didn't check beforehand. I'm here in Theiss because my premium ran out. I will have a couple of these videos, I guess, until I accrue money to buy premium. Ooh. So, game plan for this is I'm going to try to go to Khazad-dûm to hunt dwarves. Because I really don't know what else to do. It's been so long since I hunted in a free area. I'm, like, legitimately unsure of what I should be doing. I should be, missing with my spears. That's right. Okay. Like, most of my spells don't work anymore. God, this is so terrible. Can I use... Okay, I can't use that either. Oh, man. Alrighty, well then. I should be able to heal myself, I think, but I can't use Ethereal Spear or Divine Strike. So that's limiting me. Yeah, I was thinking about Cyclopses, but I figured I'd rather go with the Dwarves. Because Cyclopses are usually very taken, and also I think kind of a prime PK spot, and I do have to remember that Amera is a PvP server, so I have to be cautious on that front. And then also, I figured I could loot a crossbow and some crossbow bolts from some dwarf soldiers. So, that's the plan, we'll see how it goes. I don't know what it's like hunting really dwarves in the first place, and I don't know what it's like hunting without my paladin spells, and I'm not even sure which spells I have access to. Pretty sure I have Exura. I'm pretty sure I have Exura. I'm gonna guess that Exura is probably not something I have access to. I'm also at reduced regeneration because I lost my Royal Paladin status, which is a pain. How rough. Well, yeah, this sucks. Well, anyway, folks, I do have some topics to discuss for today. Somebody already killed him. Oop. Taking the bolts. Yeah, taking the bolts. I don't think I can buy a ticket either. Hi, ticket. Yes. Oh, that's cool. I frankly assumed that was going to be like a premium thing. So I'm surprised I was able to buy that. Kind of don't want to waste my spears on poison spiders. Let's just go defense. Well, anyway, yeah, I've been like super busy lately. Not really. I've been only like partially busy. I have been busy the last like 2 weeks, but yeah, you know, mostly like I don't really normally talk about these kind of things in my videos, but yeah, like so my finances are crashing, which is awesome. That I have actually spoken about in my videos. I'm the kind of person that, like, when handling or experiencing a stressful situation, just kind of shuts down, which is, like, the least useful thing to be doing. But I'm the kind of person that's just like, oh, man, like, I have bills due. Let's just ignore that and hope things... I'm not even, like, thinking that it'll self-correct in any way, shape, or form. I'm not like, oh, if I just ignore my bills for like another month, they'll just go away. I'm just like, oh man, my bills are making me incredibly stressed, and I just want this to not be the case. So I'm just going to ignore them. Bad habit, guys. But yeah, so that obviously doesn't work, and I've been like incredibly stressed lately. I actually, as always, and especially as of late, I have a backlog of my my Leaf videos. So this is like probably something like the 5th or 6th one that's in the backlog right now. Which is not an ideal state for my videos purposes, but yeah. So I have a backlog. I've been a little tired of Tibia because Tibia is kind of I don't know. Tibia is a very grindy game, so I mean, sometimes it just wears on you a little bit. Not that I'm like gonna quit Tibia or anything along those lines, although in the past I probably would have. Really, and I've mentioned this before, the part that like has been making me not put the videos up is just the like annoyance of getting the videos online. There's like like I said, there's a decent amount of work involved in that, and it's all like busy, annoying homework crap that I just don't want to deal with. Like dwarf somewhere. There we go. I was like, this is a weird hallway. Oh god, I wanted to finish him off with the Divine Strike so badly. So badly I wanted to finish him off with the Divine Strike. Oh boy. Well anyway though, yeah. So, I do, my actual topic for today though, is that, since my finances have been imploding so horrifically, I have been applying for jobs, which is, not really working. As it turns out, there's not a lot of jobs in my area. There's less jobs in my area for a person who can't drive, and who doesn't have a car. Yay. Dead end after 2 dudes. I mean, like, there's a bunch of, like, minimum wage retail jobs, which I just really didn't want to do again. It's kind of annoying, just... I'm gonna go off on a little side note here real quickly. It's kind of annoying when people give you advice that's just like a statement and not an actual, like, let me think about this kind of thing. Because here's my situation. Like, a lot of people in my family are like, oh, you should just get one of those minimum wage retail jobs you hate. To which my counterpoint is, they barely pay anything, and while, yes, that's better than nothing, sort of, they're not gonna, like, allow me to get out of the debt that I have in any kind of, like, meaningful way. Nor are they going to, like, ever really allow me to, like, progress as a human in society kind of situation. I mean, like, I get that, you know, some money's better than no money, but at the same time, like, this is what I said. You know, when I worked at that gas station, I worked at that gas station for a year. And I was pretty miserable the whole time because the job sucked, the pay sucked, everything about it sucked. And what I did was I spent money on things that were, like, temporarily making me happy because I was, like, super miserable at that place. So after working there for a year, of the, like, incredibly low paycheck and stuff like that, and being miserable the whole time, my debt didn't actually decrease in any kind of meaningful way. I mean, to be fair, I was making something like, I had an annual income of probably something along the lines of like $9,000 a year, which is super low. Heck, my grandmother, who works, you know, well, alright, my grandmother doesn't actually make that because she pays it out to her employees. Technically, I'm one of them. But, I mean, my grandmother's pay for cleaning that office building is $250. So, I mean, like, she gets paid more than I did working at that gas station. But yeah, so, like, my point is that I'm like, yeah, I don't really think, like, working another minimum wage job is really a good solution, and here's the reasons why I feel that way. And then the people that give me the advice are just like, okay, maybe you didn't understand me the first time, so let me just repeat myself at you. And I'm like, alright, you haven't addressed any of the reasons why I think that is a bad idea, you know? Like, you're like, they're saying to me, get a minimum wage job, because any job is better than no job. I go, I don't know if that's the case, here's why. And they go, you should just get a job. I'm like, oh, alright, see, you're, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it drives me nuts, because I can tell the person who's giving me this advice and who's speaking to me is not actually thinking at all. Um, so it drives me crazy because, like, if they had actually been like, well, here's the reasons why what you think isn't really relevant or is wrong. Here's the other benefits that you haven't considered. If they had been like that, I'd be like, oh, I get it. Alright, maybe you're right. But yeah, they don't do that, so. Why does this dwarf have 2 chain shirts? Weird. It's really rare that you loot a monster that has 2 of the same item like that. Like, really rare, I think. I mean, sometimes you get, like, a monster that drops 2 rare things. Although that's also pretty rare now that I think about it. Kill, like, a dragon, get a dragon hammer and a dragon shield at the same time. Sometimes you get, though, the uncommon and the rare. The dragon hammer and, like, the broadsword, I think they drop. Anyway, though, I have been applying for real jobs. So, I applied. I just want to start off with this one because it's a shorter story, and I think it's funny. I applied for a janitorial position at Antarctica, which, I'll be honest, sounds amazing, actually. Like, I really want that job. They wouldn't, like, list the pay, but I was, like, looking it up, and the pay is, like, really solid. The one dude was saying he was a little higher rank than, like, you know, a janitor. I think he was, like, a janitor supervisor or something like that. But it's, like, $50,000 a year. And then you're, like, essentially your, like, living expenses are covered while you're there. So for America, there's 3 bases. I can't remember one of them. It starts with a P. The other one's McMurdo, and then the other one also has a name, but I forget what it is. But it's just the South Pole base. That one's actually on the South Pole. I was like, dude, it's summertime here. It's all, like, incredibly hot and humid. Today's not too bad. It's actually, like, trying to make my videos during the summer is a pain because I have to turn my air conditioning off so that that's not, like, dominating the audio. I was kind of hoping I would loot a crossbow at some point, guys. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, I have to turn the audio off. Or it dominates the audio, so I have to turn the air conditioner off, which, you know, sucks. So it's off right now. But, man, it's, like... It's not so much the heat that's bad. I mean, it's like... I think it's a high of 90 today, which isn't huge. I'm going to after I kill this, to get what that is in Celsius, so give me a second. F2C. Yeah, it's 32 degrees Celsius. The problem is, though, it's so incredibly humid. Like, I have my portable air conditioner aimed directly at my bed, right? And when I go to sleep, I put my phone next to me. So my phone's kind of like in the range... crossbow. Sweet. My phone's kind of in the range of the air conditioner. So my phone itself gets cold. And then I get up and I go downstairs and I take my phone with me. And it's so humid. That's a lot of dwarf guard. It's so humid that water condenses on my phone, and I have to, like, be cautious that it doesn't break. That's how humid it is. It's so humid that I take, like, cheese out of the refrigerator, and before I can put it on a sandwich, it ends up, like, damp and soggy because of the humidity condensing on it. We have to keep towels in front of my refrigerator because just the process of opening up the refrigerator causes so much water to condense that it leaks onto the floor. It's brutal. I'm just drawing more dwarf guards to me, am I not? At least they're not hitting me hard. Yeah, kind of, I'm excited for this floor because dwarf guards are a lot better than dwarf soldiers, but I actually wanted the dwarf soldiers for additional bolts. Look, another one. Alrighty. Let's start looting these foos. Did I not? Okay. That was a little weird. Scale armor. Alright. Yeah, I mean, just the humidity is brutal. So yeah, though, like, working at Antarctica to me is just like, yeah, I'm super excited about this. The actual South Pole base, I was looking it up a little bit, and because it's on the actual South Pole, basically throughout the year you just have one day and night cycle. There's like 4 to 5 months of just pure daylight during the summer, and then like 7 to 8 months of just pure darkness during the winter. And I'll be honest, that sounds awesome. I want to make sure I'm not like accidentally walking into something way more dangerous than dwarf guards. The lost dwarves will probably wreck me, especially without my spells now that I think about it. Although I'm going to go back up to that in the last level because I want to actually explore it. Although I will keep killing these dwarf guards that are just casually walking towards me. Yeah, they said for the South Pole base. Also, that thing with like the day and night cycle sounds amazing too. You get the Southern Lights, which are called the Aurora Australis. But yeah, for the South Pole base, the high in summer is like 30 degrees, which is like -1 in Celsius. And then they have a, let me pull this up again real quick. They have a low during the winter of -100, which is -73 degrees Celsius. Sounds wonderful. Oh man, pays good though. It's kind of looks like a cool job. There's some downsides to it though, obviously. For starters, basically transportation in and out, unless it's like a super medical emergency, is impossible during the winter. Because of like the weather and the ice and stuff like that. So you are stuck there pretty much no matter what, unless you're like having a heart attack or like, you know, having a problem that's like if you don't get real medical help immediately, you'll probably die. But if you have a heart attack, you're probably just going to die, because even if they could evacuate you, even if there was like a window that was immediately available to evacuate you, you know, you're still in Antarctica. The nearest hospital is pretty far away. A heart attack is kind of a situation that's like, need hospital within 5 minutes, basically. Being like, yeah, we'll get there within 3 hours is probably not going to cut it. But, I mean, like, I probably could be, like, you know, evacuated out on a helicopter or something if I had some kind of, like, other pressing concern. But there's a good chance that my, like, helicopter would crash and I would die anyway. So, you are stuck there. You're basically cut off from civilization. They have internet, but you can only use it for, like, short periods of time. And you basically can't use any kind of, like, high usage things. They were specifically, like, you won't be able to use Skype, for instance. So I don't know, I mean, like, I wouldn't really care. You're basically there for a year, right? So, like, I wouldn't really care about being, God, I want to Divine Strike them so bad. I wouldn't really care being out of, like, away from my family for a year and things like that, but it's almost like being in prison for, like, a year. Because, like, when you're in prison, you're basically, like, away from all of the changes that are happening in the world and stuff like that. I was always thinking that too, like, just recently, you know, a little bit less so in the past, like, couple of years, but very recently, like, the rise of computers and stuff like that. And then, you know, like, smartphones and stuff like that. Like, when I was still in high school, smartphones did not exist. I think it was the year I came out that Apple made the iPhone. So, like, everybody had cell phones, but they weren't smartphones at the time. And I was just thinking, like, for somebody who even was in jail for a short period of time, like, you know, 5 years, not that that's short, but not somebody that's in there for, like, 30. But, yeah, for somebody who was, like, in there for a short period of time, they could have gone into jail at a time where smartphones, or, no, cell phones, were still, like, relatively new, and the idea of, like, everybody having a cell phone is, like, crazy. Because, I mean, like, why would kids need cell phones kind of situations? and then they come out of jail 5 years later, and not only does everybody have a cell phone, but they're like super cell phones, and people are like sitting there watching movies on their phones and stuff like that. Like that's got to be a pretty crazy experience to have. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what happens when you would be at the South Pole, Antarctica. Granted, I'm probably not going to get that job, even if I wanted it. No, I mean, I do really want it, actually. That's not what I mean to say. But yeah, I'm not going to get that job, so... I'm not going to get that job because I have, although it's a minor case, I have a minor case of asthma, and one of the things that triggers my asthma is cold air. Cold air mostly mixed with, like exercise kind of stuff. So I mean, like I can just be in cold air. That's not a problem. But really cold air, like snow cold air, and then also doing like kind of physically demanding labor outside, that'll cause me to have problems. And as a janitor, I probably need to do work outside, and when it's 0 degrees out, that will probably be bad. So yeah, probably can't get that job. I did actually wanted to talk about the other job, but I feel like this video is probably kind of long at this point. In fact, I'm going to go up to the side here and I'm going to stop the video real quick because I did not pay attention to what time I started the video recording. So I'm going to have to stop the video to see how long it is. Look at that, a health potion. Ugh. I have like nothing to spend my mana on. I can't I can't attack. I don't really need to heal myself because I'm killing these people before they get near me. And also they're kind of hitting me for like ridiculously low amounts of damage in the first place. Oh, you know what I should have done too? Open prey dialogue. Yes. Let's see. Trolls, Goslers, Wailing Widows, Valks, Dragonlords, Boogies. I have no idea what a Boogie is. Let's go with Valks. I was considering going to the Amazon camp, so... And that's actually a dwarf, but Lost Ushers. Alright, yeah, real quick, so I'm going to stop this video recording. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so, yeah, I'm actually kind of in the most awkward situation I could possibly be, I think, right now, because the video is 22 minutes long, which is probably not enough time to really get into the topic I wanted to talk about. However, it's kind of short for me to be ending the video. So I think I'll probably just kind of check out this downstairs area, not talk about the topic I wanted to talk about, and come back to that one in the next episode. In that case, I will just kind of jibber jabber until I think of a topic. I want to keep it to the main topic. Oh, I actually wanted to kill him. There goes my phone ringing. Hey, look at that. It's a number I don't recognize. So that means I just ignore it. I'm also running low on spears, actually, come to think of it. Do-do-do. Wow, he dropped a lot of stuff. Look at that! 2 pairs of boots and 2 scale armors. That's kind of weird, right? I feel like that's weird. That's weird, right? Maybe it's not. Who knows? I'm thinking I might want to switch to that crossbow and some of these bolts soon. Because I want to make sure I have enough spears for... I want a Divine Strike him so bad, and him. It's killing me a little bit inside. 2 boots on this dude, too. I'm actually still carrying Onk's arrows. Yeah, I want to stick to like the topic of the job situation, but... But... Did I loot him? I did loot. He was the double guy. Wrong one, still wrong one. You know, I'm going to mention something entirely unrelated right now. Every so often, this store thing, or premium features, I think, flashes, or glimmers or something. And I catch it out of the corner of my eye, and freaks me out each time. My eyesight's not as great as it used to be, and I wear glasses. And these glasses are probably, I think, like 4 or 5 years old and should be replaced. So, can I get him? Whatever. I'll just let him hit me. I don't care at this point. I have an excuse to use healing spells. So yeah, like, you know, I gotta be... I mean, I'm, like, fine watching the game here and whatnot. But, like, my glasses used to allow me to see things like a normal person that were kind of far away, and they no longer really do that. So I probably need new and stronger glasses, which is the downside of using computers, because they, you know, ruin your eyesight. Basically, not just computers. Like, if I had read paper as much as I do on the computer, the same thing would have happened. Just consistently looking at something very close by will kind of ruin your eyesight. That one took a while to kill. But anyway, because of that, while I can't see, like, clearly a lot of times, I'm really sensitive to movement. So, like, despite my like my vision being crap and, like, the fact that, like, maybe about, like, 8 feet away from me is a half gallon of orange drink, and I can barely read the fact that it says orange drink on it. That would be about, like, almost 2 meters, I guess, give or take. But yeah, so, like, despite the fact that I can't, you know, I can barely read the words orange drink that are in big old, like, a little bit less than an inch, about 2 centimeters, size letters. It's, like, it's blurry. I mean, obviously I can, like, make it out, but it's blurry. Despite that, though, I'm actually, like, really sensitive to movement. Like, I can tell if there's a, like, spider crawling across my floor, like, 8 feet away. Because, like I said, I'm really sensitive to movement. So that little flickering kills me. I'm not actually sure. I haven't noticed it doing it for a while now. But I noticed it when I first started playing on Leaf, and it was driving me crazy. I swear these bolts have less accuracy than the spears, which is actually quite possible. Really, the only times I've ever used a regular crossbow, and regular bolts has been times where I've been killing monsters that drop them. Minos or dwarves. I actually forgot about Minos when I was deciding where I wanted to hunt. Come to think of it, Minos are nearby here, too. Oh, that was an excellent knuckle crack right there. I don't know if you guys... I think that was, like, almost all of my knuckles cracking at one go. Ah. So incredibly pleasing. Ah, yeah. Fantastic. On the topic of glasses, I've always wanted to get a monocle. When I used to work at the grocery store, right? I didn't really like wearing glasses at first. I don't like things on me, right? Yeah, they're a thing on your face. Like, I don't like wearing wristwatches either, for instance. So I didn't like wearing yawning. Another steel helmet, not bad. Is this the dwarf circle room, I think? Yeah, I might come back here and do a video here. Oh god. Yo, actually, you know what? Come to think of it, I forgot that room sucks. When I did that quest on Silveus, I almost died. Well, like, the respawn is just insane, and what happened was, I brought like 20 enchanted spears, and there was so many of them there that I ended up running out of spears and having to use a crossbow that I looted. It was one of those situations, too, by, like, the time I got there, I was like, oh boy. This is why I wanted to make sure I still had the spears. Try again. Yeah, when I first got there, I had like 15 enchanted spears. I was like, oh, that's probably plenty, right? And then, you know, 5 minutes later, I was like down to 3. I'm like, Jesus God, how does this happen? Oh, that's the second time I walked down that and I didn't mean to. There we go. Anyway, though, yeah, I want to get a monocle because like I didn't like wearing glasses all the time. Now I've gotten used to them, so it doesn't bother me anymore. Now they're just Now they're just kind of like a fixture on my face. In fact, actually, it was crazy. The other day I was doing something downstairs, and I know I went down with my glasses on, and then I was coming back upstairs, and I was like, oh crap, where are my glasses? Like, where did I leave my glasses? And they were on my face. It's like that happens in like TV shows and like books and stuff like that, and I was just like, that never really happens in real life, right? Lo and behold, it happened. I was legitimately surprised though. There we go. Now I'm running low on bolts. But I still got the 73 piercing ones, so I guess I'm not bad. But yeah, so I want to get a monocle because I didn't like wearing my glasses all the time on my face. And generally speaking, like I always forget which one is nearsighted and which one is farsighted. Because I can't remember if it's like you're nearsighted because you can't see things that are near, or you're nearsighted because you can only see things that are near. I'm pretty sure it's that, so I'm pretty sure my problem is that I'm nearsighted, but I literally cannot remember. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, though, my problem is that I can see things that are close, not things that are far away. So people, like when I worked at the grocery store, would be like, oh, can you tell me which aisle yada 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 is in? And I'd be like, yeah, it's like, and I'd have to like squint to like look there and be like, I think it's aisle 4? Does that say bread? I can't tell. But yeah, so I would have to like pull my glasses out, but that meant I had to like carry my glasses on me at all times in a like glass case so they didn't get broken in some way, shape, or form. But I was like, if I had a monocle, I could just keep it, like my uniform at the grocery store had a breast pocket. So if I had a monocle, I could just keep it in my breast pocket. And then somebody would come up to me and be like, excuse me, can you tell me which one? And I'd be like, oh yes, then they pull out my monocle. And I could just slide it out of my breast pocket, hold it up over my eye and be like, it's that one. And then put it right back into my breast pocket. And then I could get a cane and a top hat and I could just be a gentleman. That was my game plan. Of course, you can actually buy monocles, but they're pretty expensive. And as much as I think it would be convenient to have a monocle, I'll be honest, like, I do think having one would be pretty convenient. Not so much anymore now that I actually wear my glasses all the time. Like, in the past, people would, like, not recognize me because I was wearing my glasses. But now, I think it's the opposite. People would not recognize me when I'm not wearing my glasses. I'll say this about glasses, too, though. Two things about glasses that I kind of dislike. I swear I was able to get that thing to light up, but maybe not. Got an axe ring. I don't know if that's actually worth anything, but that's cool. Glasses make my hair look weird because they fit over my ears, and that squeezes my hair down on those areas. So, like, the top of my head is kind of puffy because my hair is long right now. Not, like, long, like I got a ponytail, but, like, it needs to get cut so I look shaggy. But yeah, so the glasses, like the top is puffy, but then the glasses hold it down by my ears, so I end up looking kind of weird, which is a pain. But that's annoying. It's also annoying that when I prefer like over the ear headphones. When I work on my writing, for instance, like to listen to music, and I like it to listen to music incredibly loud, like as loud as I can get it, which is inconvenient when there's other people in the house, and is extra inconvenient when I'm trying to write at like 4 in the morning. I might not be like the best housemate, and I might not necessarily have a great like relationship with some of the people in the house, but I'm not that level of jerk where I will put on music to the max at 4 in the morning, as much as I would sometimes like to be. I don't actually do that. Oh, this whole time I thought the Onyx arrows were piercing bolts. I have a lot less piercing bolts than I thought I did. Ah. Got a dwarven shield though, that's cool. Almost eluded that one already. Divine Strike, need it. To be fair, I shouldn't be using Divine... Oh god, a second one in a row. I shouldn't actually be using Divine Strike on these guys anyway, because I'm using looted Crapo bolts that I'm never going to use again. So, wasting mana to finish them off so that I don't have to waste an inexpensive, pointless ammo isn't a big deal. Anyway, though, when I wear over-the-ear headphones, they, like, push your ears towards your head, but my glasses are, like, behind my ears, so it puts pressure on, like, the top of my... It's just uncomfortable. That's the important part. It's just uncomfortable. So that's annoying, and the other thing that's annoying is that whenever it's, like, hot and I'm sweaty, it's very awkward to have, like, the sweat, like, dripping down my glasses and stuff like that. I would probably get contacts, but I'm lazy, and I don't like having to deal with, like, maintenance. And, like, your contacts have to be, like, cleaned, and, you know, you have to take the contact out and stuff, and, like, moisturize your eyes with, like, eye drops, and that's all too much of a hassle for me. I like the glasses, because, like, when I'm done, like, if I'm gonna go to sleep now, which I'm not gonna go to sleep, I just take the glasses off and throw them on my desk. And we're done! And then, you know, when I need them back on, I just come over and I pick them back up. So I like that that ease of use of the glasses. Wow, we're just gonna keep failing to kill that guy. Laser eye surgery would be awesome if it didn't cost a bajillion dollars. Also, even if it didn't cost a bajillion dollars, if it cost like $100, I still wouldn't be able to afford it. So, being poor sucks. Just throwing that out there. Too bad the Antarctica thing is not going to happen. That'd be such a sick job. Not only would that be like awesome for me on like a personal level, because like, you know, I like nighttime. I'm like, it's a job that's almost like made for me in a lot of ways. So not only would that be an awesome job to have, the like unique experience of being at Antarctica would just be awesome, and like the bragging rights to that, just being able to be like, oh yeah, I was at Antarctica last year. You know, like, all right. During the summertime, like, a lot of people leave during the winter because it's so, like, inhospitable. So the amount of people that are on Antarctica, like, kind of changes drastically. But during the summer, there's, like, 4,000 people in Antarctica, and during the winter, it drops to about 1,000. So, like, at any given point, right now, I guess it's winter in the southern hemisphere. So right now, there's 1,000 people in Antarctica. I could have been one of them. I think that's kind of cool, in a way. I want to go sell my crap. I like that. Perfect 100 bolts, too. Sell the double X. I've always enjoyed... real quick, as I kind of like finish things up here, when I first started to play Tibia, you know, I hadn't memorized all of the items yet, which I have now. A lot of these things looked differently too back then. Studded legs looked differently. Chain shirt looked different. Can't remember if the iron helmet did or not. The bronze helm was just black. Legion helm looked the same, I think. That looked the same. That looked different. That looked different, and I'm pretty sure that looked different. But anyway, like I hadn't had all the items like memorized. That looked different. Everything else here I think looks the same though. And I enjoyed Khazad-dûn because you could see all the things. You could be like, oh man, look at all those. Like, you know, they had different weights where you're like, you know, people might not realize this, but the Legion helmet weighed a little bit less than the Viking helmet, which makes it a little bit better of a thing. I liked that, and it was fun. Alright, guys, these things did not exist when I was last here. And I have no idea what they are. Anyway. Wait. What is this? Reward for free accounts. Pick 5 items from the list. Among other items, it contains a health potion, a firebomb rune, and ultimate healing rune. Premiums get to pick 10. This is your reward streak. As long as you pick up your daily reward once during the 2 regular server savers, your reward streak. Okay, that's cool. Alright, alright. Well, this is kind of neat. Okay. 1. You know what? Hold on. I gotta go to Tibia Wiki real quick. Tibia Wiki. I want to check. Dwarf. Is my F key not working for some random reason? That was weird. I want to see if dwarf guards will not walk over. All right, they will walk around any type of field. Good to know. And then a geomancer. Tibia Wiki is being weird right now. Yeah, no, I don't want the... Oh, God. Tibia Wiki's page on dwarves has a thing for Geomancer, but it doesn't actually take me to the Dwarf Geomancer page. It takes me to a list of dwarves whose profession is Geomancer. Alright, guys. So they walk around poison. Alright, so I actually want to grab some poison bombs. Poison bomb, and I'll take 2 poison walls. Sick! And I have to wait. Okay, I have to wait 15 minutes and 35 seconds. Alright! That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I think that's neat. I think that's pretty neat. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's drop that crap in there. I want to check and see... By the way, where do those items go? They go in there. Items bought in the store cannot be moved there. Where can they be moved? Alright. I don't understand. How do I get this out? Or does it just stay? Can I use it like directly from the inventory? Okay, looks like I can just use it direct. That's a little weird. Alright, whatever. Alright, the one thing I want to check is I want to see how much that X-ring costs. 508, that's not bad. I mean, I could sell it for maybe a little bit more, but I really don't care. I also want to see, I'm going to keep it, but I want to see how much the bear paw is worth. 2,500, also, not bad. Alright folks, this is weird, because normally I would go to the trainer, but I can't do that because I'm not premium. So I just log out here in the middle of the depot, I guess. Anyway, people, as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, check me out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook. I'll see you folks later.